Hey everyone, it is Hallie here. Today I'm going to be doing a book look review for Blood and Honey, the highly anticipated sequel for Serpent and Dove. A few of you may have already read Blood and Honey when it leaked like a month ago, but today I'm going to be talking about it. This video is going to have quite a few spoilers. I'm gonna try to limit them, but there's a lot to unpack here, so it's going to be nearly impossible to avoid spoilers. So if you haven't read Blood and Honey or Serpent and Dove especially, I would either mute this video or click out of it right now. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask you guys to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me and it would really help me out. As you might have noticed, I already have some makeup on. I'm a moron and I forgot to press the record button before I started. So I've already done my concealer and foundation, so I guess I'll just take it from here, and I'll hopefully have enough time to explain everything that happened in this book and how much I adore it. So in Serpent and Dove, we saw Lou hiding that she was a witch from Reed, and also hiding from Morgaine. I hope that's how you say it. I hope it's not just Morgan. So I'm gonna be saying Morgaine. If it is pronounced a different way, please let me know so I can stop saying Morgaine like a moron. And that is why Lou married Reed in the first place in Serpent and Dove, was to hide from Morgaine. Where better to hide than in the Tower of the Chasseurs, who would protect her from Morgaine. Morgaine would go nowhere near them in the first place. However, now Lou no longer has to hide that she's a witch. Reed already knows. That was the plot towards the end of Serpent and Dove, as well as the fact that Reed has also found out that he's a witch, which is a giant point of contention between both Reed and Lou, and Reed and his own brain. Another point of contention between Reed and himself is calling back to Serpent and Dove. He killed the Archbishop in exchange for Lou's life at Chateau LeBlanc. This is significant because the Archbishop was the only father Reed had ever known, and he, without even thinking, sacrificed the Archbishop's life for Lou's life. And this creates a sort of tension between Lou and Reed that is extremely palpable throughout the entire book. And it just grows with time, along with Reed kind of suppressing and refusing to use his magic, despite the fact that it would only help them if he did. This, and the fact that now that all the drama's over, Reed finally has time to come to terms with the fact that Lou is a witch, and it's just that the magic is what creates just this awful tension and anger and kind of resentment between Lou and Reed as Blood and Honey develops and as the story kind of unfolds. We also see Lou struggling with self-control in regards to her own magic. She's making riskier and riskier decisions with every pattern she finds. At one point, she does trade her own warmth and humanity to create ice on the ground to help Reed in a battle, and she becomes cold and heartless, and Reed sees her just laughing as she raises all of her enemies into the air and like breaks their bones, and it's so crazy. One of the most interesting scenes I've ever read in a book. And I love, love, love the fact that the point of views rotate between Reed and Lou. So we see the like Reed worrying about Lou and his point of views, and Lou worrying about Reed and her point of views, and not really focusing on their own problems, like Reed's refusal to use magic and to accept it, and Lou refusing to realize that she is out of control and that she's going to hurt someone, which she does end up doing, but I'm not gonna say who it is. It is so shocking. Like, I could not believe it. My jaw was on the floor. All of this together made Lou and Reed's relationship just so interesting. Like, in the first book, it was all fun and games, like, haha, fake marriage, hiding that Lou was a witch, Reed being a prude, and all of that. But in this book, it's like the stakes are higher, till death do us part. Like, I just could not get enough of it. I am obsessed with their story and their romance, and I cannot believe it took me this long to read it, because everyone lied to me and told me it was boring, so I put it off for so long. But I'm glad I finally did read it, because Lou and Reed mean everything to me. However, in this book, Reed does backtrack from his position from the end of Serpent and Dove. At the end of Serpent and Dove, we see him come to terms with the fact that Louise is a witch, and he explicitly states that, like, he doesn't care, and he loves her anyways, and he wants to spend the rest of his life with her despite the fact that she's a witch. And in this book, as I mentioned, it becomes a point of contention and hatred. So I'm guessing that a lot of that was from the fact that Reed found out he was a witch. So quite a bit of that is self-loathing. However, he did resent Lou a lot in this book for the fact that she was a witch and was using her magic to a dangerous extent. And I'm not gonna lie, he was a little bit of a bitch about it. You don't gotta be rude to all the witches. You don't gotta refuse to use your magic even though it could save people. Hello? Despite this, I still love him, and he's amazing, and I'm obsessed with him. And then we have the other characters, which kind of serve as like the Blood and Honey gang. We have Coco, Cassette Monvoice. Oh gosh, I don't know how to say French words. Okay. Monvoicen, hopefully. And she is a part of the Dame Rouges, the Blood Witches, and is Lou's best friend. We have Ansel, who was a trainee to become a chasseur, and left to help Lou and Reed defeat Morgaine. He is a hindrance. He's a liability. It's really sad that he can't help the way he wants. He can't do magic like Reed can. He can't fight like Reed can, and the rest of them can. And it's just sad. However, he stays and helps nonetheless, and he's just like a stand-up kid. I love him. I love Ansel so much. He was such a good character. Then we have Beau, the Prince of Scissorine. Love him. He's a bit of an ass, but he's got good intentions. He's helping Lou and Reed, and he's funny. And there's, I don't want to say a love triangle between Coco, Beau, and Ansel. Like, it's not prominent at all, but like it's there. And then finally we have Madame LaBelle, who is Reed's mother, and is also a witch. She is desperately trying to make up for the fact that Morgaine decided to dump Reed in a trash can when he was born, and refused to let Madame LaBelle raise him. And this is another point of like tension and anger in Reed's mind, is Madame LaBelle, and how he's conflicted with her there because that's his mother, and then also she didn't fight for him. One thing that I was so obsessed with in this book was the magic system. Like, nature demanding balance and having to give something to take it back is so cool. Like, it really like raised the stakes of the book, and I was obsessed with it. I don't think I've ever read anything like it before, and I am so excited to see what happens in the next book. I am so obsessed with Lou and Reed. It is actually unreal. Like, they are absolutely top 3 couples of any book for me. They are top 3 book series for me. Like, this series, Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey, blew me away. I was not expecting the quality that I got. And usually I don't even like books that are in first person that much, but it was so good, and I think that this was a better choice given the amount of just emotion and depth needed for these characters. Like, you just see straight into their minds, and it's so good. Blood and Honey was absolutely 5 stars for me. I am obsessed with it. I could not put it down. The story and the romance were both very strong, and I loved it so much. However, there are quite a few just like basic trigger warnings that I definitely want to mention. Major character death, corpses, like magic related death, I don't know, but definitely Google the trigger warnings. They're probably out there, hopefully. I did say this in my last video, so it's not news to anyone, but Lou and Reed really do remind me of Matthias and Nina from Six of Crows, except Lou and Reed are actually like interesting, and like I actually care about them. And honestly, I like viscerally hated Nina and Matthias together in Six of Crows, but Lou and Reed are just like perfect. Like, I don't know what it is about them, but there's just like so much flavor. Like, the love is like unmatched. Like, they would literally die for each other. There's scenes where Lou takes the breath from her lungs and puts it in Reed's so he can breathe, and it's so good. All right, everyone, this is the final look. I did a red and gold, it was supposed to be a halo eye, but I think it looked a lot better as just like a natural kind of cut crease. And then I did gold flakes as like kind of highlight. It's on top of the gold highlight I did, leading into gold leaf freckles across my nose. And then I did a red lip in the center here. I put some gold too. And then around my face is just some more gold highlight. I think it looks pretty great with the cover of this book, and it took me so long. So if you vehemently despise this look, that's going to make me want to die. So thank you. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great time watching, and I will be posting another video next week. It'll be my Ironheart makeup review, and I will be doing a giveaway, so make sure to tune in next week to find out how you can be entered for that. And yeah, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you really want me to annoy you on other platforms, I have linked all my social medias below. I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.